You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
And welcome to the WBT Podcasting Network. This is Michael Lodge, and it is a cold morning here in California. 36 degrees. We had a frost warning last night. Now, whenever do you get a frost warning in Southern California? It very seldom happens, but it happened last night. And I woke up this morning because I didn't turn the heat on in my room, and it's freezing cold in this room. This is the kind of weather I left in South Carolina when I drove out to work here for the tax season. And I was not expecting this kind of cold, but it's cold. So I was thinking about risk. Risk is something that you and we take every single day. We make the decisions on certain items. Should we do it? Should we not do it? Should we hire that individual? Should we not hire that individual? And that is something that we have to constantly deal with when we run a business. I was thinking about one of my employees. Hired him about 3 years ago. I saw a lot of potential. a tremendous amount of potential. And I thought, this is the kind of person that I can leave my office to so that I can go off and do other things and develop other businesses. And I could trust him in doing what needed to be done, in dealing with the clients that I have. So we put him through almost like a 2-year training program, letting him work with the clients and dealing with the issues and the various aspects of the programs that we needed to have in place. And then, all of a sudden, he would not sign his independent contractor's agreement. He says he felt uncomfortable in doing it. So then I said, well, if you can't sign, then we can't develop a relationship any longer because I need to have that signed. I need to protect my company. So it went on for 2 weeks of trying to get him to sign the independent contractor's contract. In the end, he finally left. We parted ways. But then I found out that he was contacting my clients. He went off, started his own little office, started contacting my clients. So, risk. Let's talk about risk again. It's that decision that you make to go in a specific direction, take a risk. Build a new company, you take a risk. When you hire individuals to work for you, you take a risk. When you take a different direction with your company and you make that decision of what you want to do, you take a risk. The most important thing to realize that sometimes you lose more if you don't take that risk and you sit on the sideline and you don't do anything. So you take a risk. You make that decision of what you're going to do to better your company or grow your company, downsize your company, whatever the decision you're making, it's a risk. The issue with risk is you're making a decision that could go any direction because you don't know what comes your way sometimes. But you make it. And you make it on the decision that you know your industry and you know what direction you need to go to, and you have to make a decision. Decisions that we make are risky. If the decision goes wrong in a direction that you didn't think it was going to go, don't get upset. Don't get upset. Learn your lesson, correct it very quickly, and move in the direction that you need to go. If you're going to simmer, and if you're going to have anger, and if you're going to be sitting around thinking about stuff all the time, you're not moving forward, you're just sitting there. You're going round and round and round. You made a decision. Live with the decision and move forward. I believe in karma. I really do believe in karma, because, and especially in business. I have seen people make really bad decisions on how they deal with me, and they have failed tremendously because they decided to go about their decision making in an unethical manner. It happens every single day. People make unethical decisions. All that they're worried about is themselves, and they're not worried about anyone around them. They're not even worried about the clients that they may take on or steal from you. It never works out. And pretty soon those people are right back with you again. You know, I see that happen so many times, where clients leave you like for 2 years. And then all of a sudden they come back because they were not getting the type of service that they needed or the type of direction that they required to run their businesses. It's very easy for people to sneak in and say, hey, listen to me. Come over here. You know what Mike's doing? I can do it better, cheaper. Unfortunately, the guy who's tempting you, or the person that's tempting you, doesn't have that experience level. And so people make bad decisions, and then they're right back with you in 2 years. I've seen it happen to me time and time again. I've also noticed that when one client goes, when I have to fire a client because they're stupid, if that's the word for it, they're risky. They are a risky client, and you have to fire that client. I'm normally, when I have to fire someone, I get like 3 clients in return. So you're blessed when you get rid of risk, especially risky clients. But you can see what my point is that every single day we make risk decisions on individuals, on business practices, on so many aspects, even of our personal life, we make these risk decisions. And not all decisions go in the direction that you want it to go, but you don't hem and haw, you don't simmer, you don't worry, you don't do that. You made that decision, live with it, now make a better decision. That's what risk decision making is all about. And that's part of our life. A lot of us have invited people into our lives, and then we find out later that they were a real idiot, and you have to remove them from your life. But that was the risk when you invited them into your life. Make the decision to not have that risk anymore. So risk is a decision-making process that we all have to live with every single day, because we're making them every single day. We're making these decisions every day. make the decision, live with the decision, tweak the decision, change the decision, end the decision, but move on always. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT. If you have any questions, send me an email at mlodge@lodge-co.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any question that you may have. This is a bright, cold day. Go out and live. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.